Let's do it. We are live. Live here, live here. All right. Today, we are going to talk about how to ditch the last minute launch overwhelm for good. Okay, so if you launch regularly, have launched before, and it has been a stressful process for you, you're going to want to pay very, very close attention to this video because we're going to get to the root cause of why that happens and what to do about it. Cool. So we're going to talk about why launching is so stressful for so many people, because there are different launch personalities and ways where people get tripped up, and how to get all the benefits of launching, aka a huge cash influx into your business without the high stress and high stakes. All right. So if that sounds good, we will get started. Let's talk about launching. I read a post the other day that said that launching is dead. Um, People, and this happens like a lot, where people just sort of declare, "Oh no, launches are dead, email is dead, things are dead," just to sort of be controversial, even though it's by no means true. But the post said something that I thought was interesting. It was, people who need your help aren't waiting for you to open the doors to your program. And there's something to that, right? It's tempting not to have to launch all the time because it's stressful. You're writing landing pages and emails at the last minute. Maybe you hired a copywriter who delivered something that just didn't work, and you're scrambling to fix it all at the last minute. And it feels like a marathon and a sprint at the same time. You keep running as fast as you can. Okay, the next thing, next thing, next thing. We're working hard here, and the finish line just keeps moving further and further out. And then you get to the end of your launch and your closed cart, and you actually have to deliver the program, and you're like, oh boy, oh boy, what did I just get myself into? And then you do it again 3 to 4 months later, and that is how a lot of people are launching. And it's no wonder, if that's how you're doing it, that it's stressful, right? Now, I'm not here to convince you why you should launch, okay? That I'm coming from a perspective that even though it is stressful, like it can be a stressful process, I am not here to convince you not to do it. In fact, just the opposite. And here's why. You already know that launching is worth it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. You know launching creates huge momentum in your business. You know it brings in a whole bunch of new leads and sales who wouldn't necessarily get off the fence and into your program if it was evergreen and open all the time, right? It's there's no way around it, right? And you know what is on the other side when it all works like it should. You see other people having their first six-figure launches, or doing 150K in sales in a week, or even hitting seven figures in one launch. And you want that for yourself too. I want that for you. And what I'm here to do is tell you a hard truth and give you a new option to think about, a new way to think about it. And if you're here for it, if you're paying attention, if you are watching this live or in the replay, go ahead and say hi in the comments, and feel free to leave takeaways and questions at any time. We are here for it. If you have launched before, let me know. If it has been stressful, let me know. I'm curious as to what your experience has been and what you first thought of when you started watching this video. So here, first, the hard truth, okay? Hard truth and a new option. Hard truth is this. It's called Parkinson's Law. Now, if you've never heard of Parkinson's Law, it goes a little bit something like this. The work you have expands to fill the time you have available. Meaning, if you have all the time in the world to do something, guess how quickly and effectively that thing is going to get done. True story. true story that I did not mean to share, but I'm going to share anyway. I recently was in Milan, masterminding with a friend, and we were talking about an email course that I have plans to launch that I've been wanting to launch for a long time. It's super exciting course. It's a great idea. It's going to get a lot of people results, but it's been on the back burner in terms of priorities. I opened the doc to look at what I had created for that course, and it said 2020, and I was like, oh my goodness, because there was no urgency. There was no, okay, we are launching it on this date because I prioritized other things, because, all the excuses in the world, right? Side note, that email course is going to be launching in 2023. So stay tuned for that. But that's not what we're talking about today. It's just a way to illustrate that Parkinson's law, like time, if you have all of the time, no constraints on it, it's very hard to have urgency to get things done, right? And if you have a deadline, if you have a plan to put into motion that requires you to show up in a new and bigger way, to claim what's yours in a new and bigger way, to reach more people all at once in a new and bigger way, what do you think that does for your business? And if you're showing up, if you're everywhere all at once for a concentrated period of time with tons of momentum and tons of energy, what do you think that does for your business? Do you think it will create a lot of momentum? It sure will, right? And so launching is not just about opening and closing the doors to your program and adding bonuses and doing all the things. It's about creating a lot of momentum in your business quickly. Movie launches. Online business owners are not the only ones launching here, right? Movie launches, product launches for things like iPhones, Taylor Swift concert tickets, anybody? Right? That's the perfect, most recent example of a launch that there was some urgency there. My goodness. And the same way that your customers are motivated by the deadline of your launch to overcome their fear and their inertia to buy, the desire to change overcomes the fear and the like, I'm just gonna sit here in my problem. You need a deadline to motivate you to overcome your fear and get your program out into the world. All right. Now we took a little roundabout way to get there, but let me condense that into a nutshell, right? The reason that launches are stressful is because stepping outside of your comfort zone can come with discomfort. And so, yes, there are a lot of moving parts, but a lot of the emotions that come up from this feeling of uh, doing something doing something that's bigger. And if we take that as true, okay, here's the new option that I want you to consider. Because if you are watching this and thinking, what does this have to do with copy, Danielle? You've talked a lot about launches. What does this have to do with copy? And the answer is everything. Because your business is powered by words. I will say it again. I will get up on my soapbox and I will say it 1,000 times. Everything flows from your message. So if you are super clear on your message, the transformation of your program, and how you are different than everyone else, and you know exactly how to get inside the brains of your ideal clients, your launch feels easy because you are showing up and sharing that. You're showing up confidently and sharing that. And if every email, every social post, every ad was spot on and created a smooth path across the bridge to buy, and you found yourself opening cart with people clamoring to buy, excited to get in, ready to do this right now, how much more fun and easy would launching be? It comes down to your message, because that affects how you show up, the energy that you put out, and your confidence. It comes down to your copy, and it comes down to your strategy, the small but important things that you may not even think to implement that can make a huge difference in your results, but that an expert launch strategist, aka moi, will be able to help you with, right? So what if your next launch had my feedback every step of the way. On the offer, the strategy, the sales page, the opt-in page, each and every email going to the right segment of your audience at the right time with the right message. What if that were super clear and super easy and super fast? And you had my shortcuts to get all of that copy done faster and easier with templates, examples, and what I call my concierge swipe file service, meaning I will go, if you need an example, I will go into my collection in my swipe file and pull like 2 or 3 or 4 of exactly the examples that you need. And if you have not seen my swipe file, it is extensive. Extensive, let's just say that. Or you handed access to someone on your team, whether that's a VA, a contract copywriter, an assistant, a social media manager even, to do the drafting while I provided feedback, knowing the essence of your voice and your brand. And all you have to do is approve the final draft. Maybe make a few small tweaks here and there. Ready to go. We got it. How much easier and lighter would launching feel? And how many more sales would you make? Because that's the important part here. It's like, yes, easy launches and more money, and they go together. And so if you've launched before, if you have an audience and an offer that sells and you're ready to turn copy from a time-consuming bottleneck to a high-converting asset in your business, applications are open for the Copy Lab Inner Circle. And if you get on my calendar this week and enroll, we are going to do a private 2023 calendar planning session to make sure that you have crystal clarity on how you're going to grow in the new year. When you're going to launch, have it all mapped out in as much detail as you want, with the high level strategy, answering, like eliminating all of the question marks that might be in your head about like, which offer am I launching next year? When should my big launch be? How much should I be putting into Facebook ads? Should I be creating a new lead magnet? Where does my offer need tweaking? All of these question marks that you have floating around now about the future of your business and the strategic decisions that need to be made. We are going to tackle them one by one, and we are going to eliminate those question marks so that you have answers, you have clarity.